How's it going, everybody? This is Steve Ninja. I, I decided to kind of put this together maybe like an hour ago. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. But I uh, I was going to make this video last week, and kind of discouraged the way that YouTube has been sort of not promoting my regular videos. They've been promoting like, hey Corey, yeah, they've been promoting like my short videos, but not my not my the long videos. And I had read something about that there was some issue with like ad blockers when people on like their laptops, and also the laptops and like the different types of formats that people weren't getting the feed, like if they had notifications on and weren't getting a feed. I noticed that how's it going? I noticed that last week, or like around August 15th, I did like a digital code giveaway for Lethal Weapon and also for Jaws. And only like very few, like less than 20 people signed up for each movie, which is unusual. Usually I get maybe 40, 50 people sign up for those, and of course they're really common titles, so they're, I guess, some people probably already own those titles. Can everybody hear me okay? Hopefully you can. But yeah, so it's I noticed like right around that same time I start reading people saying that the notifications for the new videos had not brand new YouTube videos had not been going out around that same time, around August. I think it's around August 9th through the 12th, and right in that week. And I think it may have had something to do with that, possibly. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're really common titles that people didn't sign up for them. But I kind of wonder if people even knew. But I had somebody sign up for it like the day after the deadline. Like somebody said, I want to get on that, and it was already too late past the deadline. So I'd been kind of discouraged a little bit as far as releasing videos, and I thought maybe I'll just do a live stream and talk about the topic here, because I'm not sure if anybody would watch the video if I did this topic. I want to talk about like the like 4K movies that people have issues with the freezing on their 4K players. Thank you. People have issues with the 4K players, and I noticed that there was a YouTube channel called Nick 4K. I don't know if you've ever seen Nick's channel before, but he was doing a video about this guy that said he had basically given up on 4K because he was so sick of his movies freezing. And I had learned something that I was using, like I was having the same issue, and I was using like 4K cables. And then I read just a Google search. Is it possible that the cables may not be fast enough, and that may be causing the system to freeze up? And it said, yeah, it's a good idea with 4K players to use 8K cables. And I went to like Best Buy, and this was like $15, and I noticed that there was a movie I'm going to talk about probably on Friday about some of my new my new physical media pickups. And I noticed that I played a movie in that room, in the master bedroom, and it froze in one section. I played the same movie in the living room where already have an 8K cable. It didn't freeze in there. It's like, so I bought this, and it took care of the freezing issue. So it's I've heard a lot of people say, change the settings on your Sony 4K player, and you don't want to have upscaling and all that kind of stuff. It can cause freezing. Of course, the disc needs to be cleaned, that kind of stuff. So I just want to tell people that this, just getting a 4K cable, having a really fast cable, can help your 4K movies not freeze, and and I think that's important because I'd like to promote 4K, even though I still buy Blu-rays. But 4K is a great format for some movies. I'm going to talk about like 5 movies that they're really common later on. Just kind of mention those, but let's go to the chat. So yeah, ask first movie. I'd ask about Taxi Driver. That's great. I like Mean Streets also, and that's kind of a low budget Scorsese movie, but I really like Taxi Driver. I really like Raging Bull, and of course I like Goodfellas. Robert De Niro's fantastic. Panic Room. I don't know. Would they do a remake for that? I do like that movie. I bought it in 4K not too long ago, and maybe earlier this year. I was really glad I had it on DVD for a long time. I think it was available through, I think it's available like in Europe now, which is if we can talk about that, how trying to get movies imported from Europe may become really difficult to do soon. And thank you. Yeah. Hey Johnny, how you doing? Yeah. I'm really glad. I don't normally do like really early in the evening. I thought maybe just maybe 30, 40, maybe 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to stay on, just chat with people. Because last week I was so sick. I uh, I started feeling kind of ill about it was like a week ago today. And then I went the next day on October 1st, Wednesday, and I went to the dentist, and then I went to like got a flu shot. Usually I wait around October 1st. If you live in cold climate, like I live in Indianapolis, so getting for me, I can get the flu all the time, and I made a mistake. I think doing I've done this before, and it made me sick before too. But getting a flu shot in my left arm and getting a COVID shot in my right arm, and it I was still able to kind of get out and do stuff, but I was just like even like this morning I called in for work because work is really kind of slow right now. I work for the federal government, and so if you know what's happening there, you know that's a kind of a nightmare right now. But I was like, there's really after the fiscal year 2025, which was on September 30th. The next day, I was already scheduled off on October 1st, and that's when the government shutdown took effect, and so I was already planning on being off. But like today, I called in sick because we don't have a lot of work to do right now because we haven't started the new fiscal year as far as getting funding for our for working our processing our what we do for the government. And so it's like there's really not a lot to do. So I thought this morning I wasn't feeling well, so I went right back to bed. And I think I got up and ate some breakfast, and I went back to bed again. And then I went out and cut my grass and stuff like that. So I'm feeling better now, but just been so weak with a lot of like sinus headaches and that kind of stuff. And so I thought I gotta talk to people and get on here early and just chat with my friends. So invite thanks character would invite. It wouldn't be the character from the movie Thanksgiving. But but what character? No, maybe Snake Plissken. Maybe see we'd come over for Thanksgiving. I don't think he has a home, so maybe it'd be nice to have him and have some other people come over for a party. Roller Girl, yeah, Roller Girl. Is that from Boogie Nights? Uh, Heather Graham, like I guess she was so good in that, so attractive in that movie. Yeah, it's like, but in Indianapolis, our weather gets so weird this time of year, and it's like it's just the leaves start falling. I always have problems in like the spring and the fall. It's like it always happens, but like I should not have gotten the flu shot and the COVID shot at the same time. It just I think it just knocked me out. It's supposed to make you a little bit sick to make you kind of have some resistance to the flu. But I don't know if I'm not sure if I got a COVID shot last year or not. But I would not recommend people doing both. Yeah, it's like I know what you mean. It's like it's a yeah, it's like that's not fun either. It's like you start getting sweats and stuff like that when you can't take care of yourself. It starts to hurt, and you start to get sweaty and stuff like that, and it gives you headaches and stuff like that too. You know, shoot to kill. Wow. He always has ask the best questions. Yeah, I don't know. Shoot to kill, I guess. And yeah, George Washington. I don't know. One of the best actors in the world is Daniel Day Lewis. So I don't know. I just saw that movie. There's a new movie out right now. That his son had did the directing for a nominee. I think it's called. I saw that on. I think it was on Sunday or Saturday, and that was a kind of a slow paced movie. Of course, Daniel Day Lewis is like one of the best actors ever. Even though I like Gangs of New York, and I like There Will Be Blood. I like him in those movies. I haven't seen a ton of all his movies. I need to see more. Like, there's like 4 Paul Thomas Anderson movies I've never seen, and so there's some Phantom Thread I've never seen. I think Hard Eight, I think is his first movie. Never seen that one. But I know Daniel Day Lewis has been in like I think at least 2 of his movies. I really liked One Battle After Another. I know a lot of people. It's kind of a polarizing kind of movie, sort of a political movie. There's a lot of humor in that movie too. That I think some people should check it out just for that. Just 'cause it's just funny. I like a Serial Mom. Yeah, hallucinations. Well, yeah. But oh, really? Wow, that's not fun at all. Yeah, I just had to sleep extra. I haven't really been confined to the bedroom, but I think I it's possible I've had COVID before. I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's like maybe had to stay in bed and like I couldn't do anything, but I've had like these headaches, a lot of coughing, sneezing, that kind of stuff, and just taking some cough medicine, some aspirin helps with that. But yeah, it's a nightmare to if you can't even leave the house or whatever. That's horrible. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I like Samuel L. Jackson a lot. I liked a lot some of his movies. I like the obviously Pulp Fiction, but I like Unbreakable. I like Jackie Brown. He's fantastic in that. Um, he got like an honorary Oscar, which is really cool. I think what they say. I think Tom Cruise is going to get an honorary Oscar, which I think is great. But I also think Harrison Ford should get an honorary Oscar as well. It's like, was he like 80s, 81 years old, something like that? He should have an honorary if he's not going to win. I think he's been nominated once. He's probably deserved to be nominated a few more times. Like The Fugitive, fantastic in that movie. So Ellen Barkin is it's a tough lady there. Yeah, Ellen Barkin. Yeah, Madeline Stowe, I like her a lot. She was in Shortcuts. Have you ever seen that with Robert Altman movie? She's in that. Wow, she looks great in that movie. So I don't think I think it's the only Madeline Stowe movie I've ever seen, possibly. But there was like it was a 1990 something like that. There was a 91, I think. She looked fantastic in that movie. But Ellen Barkin, she's tougher. She's tougher overall. So, wow, yeah, could be food poisoning. Yeah, I've had food poisoning as well. That is not fun. I would not recommend it to anybody. Tom Cruise, yeah. I mean, Tom Cruise was he like 63 now, almost 64, I think, something like that. Like I've watched so many of his movies. You can say whatever you want about Tom Cruise, but there's a great line in the One Battle After Another about him too. It's from Benicio del Toro. During he's in a car with DiCaprio. I love that line in the theater. There's like a f bomb in there in between that. I think in the movie trailer he says do like stunts like Tom Cruise something like that, and yeah. That's so funny that Paul Thomas Anderson would put that in his movie. Tom Cruise was in Magnolia, so that makes sense that he knows Tom Cruise. I'm very excited about the Colts. There hasn't been much to be excited about before this year. Just like I don't know. I think Daniel Jones is getting better. He's throwing towards the end zone a lot more. So it's like but it's basically like a Jonathan Taylor show right now. He's run. He's like getting like I think he's had like 3 touchdowns in this last game and like the game before that or two games ago. Not against the Rams, I think, but against whoever they played before that. I think Tennessee. He's just been he's having a great year. Like hopefully he can stay healthy all year. Movie. You know what? That's interesting. You would ask about that because one of the movies I wanted to talk about 4K recommendations, which these are all going to be really common titles. So I'm sure a lot of people have it, but from 1999, I wouldn't say this is like the only movie from the 90s I love, but this is one really great one that was like very memorable. But it's The Matrix. The Matrix is like I saw it like maybe 2 3 times in the theater at that time, and I've owned it on physical media a few times. But that was a different movie. Then I won't talk about the sequels necessarily, but the original from 1999 was groundbreaking. Wachowskis, it's a different time, man. It's like a different time. It's like I love this experience. It's just like this movie was so different. A lot of special effects and just a groundbreaking kind of movie that I think right at the end of the decade. But there's so many great ones from the '90s. I've done like top 25 on that. Obviously, Pulp Fiction's great movie. I'd have to look up a list of all the great ones from that decade. I love The Fugitive. I love The Silence of the Lambs. Some really great ones. Chat here. Hey Sarah. Oh, I got 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Oh, calm meal. Bill the Butcher. Yeah. I think it's that movie's kind of underrated. Gangs of New York from Scorsese. Love what he did at the end of that movie. Was that like 2002? He's kind of a little tribute to the Twin Towers at the end of it. And I love the U2 song from that movie too. Yep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is kind of similar to Dark City in some ways, but it's just that whole thing with the human beings are. I don't want to spoil it necessarily. I'm sure everybody's seen The Matrix, but just that whole choice to go into this different world and find out where humans are kept. This is actually the only Matrix movie I own now. I used to have the trilogy on like Blu-ray, and then I saw the fourth one in the theater. I really didn't care for that movie all much. I don't know how other people feel about the fourth Matrix movie. Just I don't know. No, but to me, I can watch this movie. I don't have to watch the sequels. I can watch the original. But I love Dark City as well. Hmm, I can relate. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I just started at 7 o'clock. Yeah, I was talking about how I had the flu last week. I was like, I haven't really. I've called in from work just mainly because there's really not a lot of work to do right now. So it's like you kind of just sitting there doing nothing until probably around the 15th or 16th. And I was talking about I work for the government. So who knows what's going to happen with that? Right now we have a capital fund that we're being paid out of right now. So it's quite possible I may get laid off. We'll see. If I get laid off, I guess I'll make a lot more YouTube videos and go live a lot more. So I just don't. With me, I really think about my uh, what I want to do when I talk about when I do videos, and unfortunately, it's like my YouTube Shorts get promoted by the YouTube algorithm, but some reason when I do regular titles, maybe they're just not topics that people care about necessarily, but YouTube doesn't really promote those very much. So um, well, actually, I do have an Oscar winner here. I was going to talk about these. I just had like five 4K titles I was going to talk about. But out of the stack, I do have No Country for Old Men, Coen Brothers movie. It's a Criterion, one of the newer ones. Highly recommend that if you don't have it on 4K already. I had it on Blu-ray before, but when I saw this was getting released, this is a 4K Blu-ray combo. So highly recommend picking this up on Criterion. I think the Criterion flash sale is coming up sometime this month. They only do it for 24 hours, so it's like if you don't have this on 4K already, you might want to pick it up. But Coen Brothers, it's one of their better titles. I think the Big Lebowski and Fargo, I think, are great movies too as well. But Yeah, that's. I was just talking basically earlier. I was talking about how 4K movies, 4K titles, people say they stop collecting the format because they get sick of watching their movies freeze. And I learned that I was using like 4K cables on my 4K player. You think that makes sense to have 4K? Then I realized I looked it up and I said 8K is like the best way to get that, because if you're using 4K cables, it's quite possible your 4K player is going to freeze. It's just going to freeze. It's going to lock up completely. So and this is like one of the cheaper. It's only like 14.99 at Best Buy, and I had to order online. When I looked at Best Buy, I didn't see this on the floor. Like they had all these $40, $70 ones, but I did like a store pickup after I bought this online. Went to that store where they had it. And it's helped. I've noticed that I'm not seeing the freezing happen now. Yeah, yeah. To me, it's like it seems like the other two, the second and third, was the Revolutions, and the other one. It seems like those are just kind of tacked on. It's like the Matrix was like this huge hit, and then Wachowski said they were given a lot of money to. It seems like they had like the storyline, kind of the basic storyline, kind of what they were thinking of, but it just seemed like it was kind of thrown together a little bit. I like the second one a lot more than the third one. The third one just was chaotic kind of movie, but Goldie Hawn movie. I've never seen Sugarland Express. I've heard a lot of people say they didn't like that movie. I think one of my favorites is a movie called Foul Play with Chevy Chase. She's great in that movie. Like I used to see that movie all the time when I was a kid, but I bought it on Blu-ray not too long ago, and I loved it. Yeah, Private Benjamin. I'll come back to this. The comments are coming here. I'm doing a little bit better now. I was sick recently. That's why I didn't release a video last week. I was like, I tried to do it on Wednesday night. I was feeling really sick. Couldn't do it on Thursday night. Friday, I was really sick. This weekend, I was like, I just can't do a video this week. There's no way. Let's see, I was trying to get up 4K 4K. Wow. Need to have so yeah. 4 packs. And there's another one here. I guess I have three. I have three other 4Ks in here. I've already talked about the Matrix and No Country for Old Men. But obviously Jaws. Jaws is like the only movie that I bought. I had it on 4K, and I bought the 4K again because it had the documentary with it. So this was when Barnes and Noble was doing like a 50% off sale. I got this. I think I ended up getting this for like $16, $17 with tax. So I just upgraded it to, but it really wasn't an upgrade. It was just getting that documentary with it, 50th anniversary. I think the one I had may have been the 45th anniversary, or it was also 4K. But so I just sold the other one and got that. I have the Batman. I think it's a pretty good 4K. It was almost like 3 hours long. I thought Robert Pattinson's pretty good in this movie, so I thought it was a pretty good Batman. And then obviously I have Godzilla minus one. So all five of these titles are very common, but I think it's a great Godzilla movie. I saw it, was it Shin Godzilla not too long ago. I don't, tell me what if anybody's seen that. What do you think of it? Because I think a lot of people in Japan love that movie, but I just didn't. Didn't like the way Godzilla looked in that movie. But obviously, people in the native land loved it. I've just been talking about 4K freezing using 8K cables are a really good way to fix that issue with the freezing. And also, like your settings when you're on your 4K player are important as well. Like turning off the upscaling is important. There's different settings on like a Sony player that you probably need to turn off to be able to prevent that from happening. Hopefully, I'm not missing any. Yeah, Private Benson's really good too, but I thought she's just really great in Foul Play. Like Johnny mentioned that. Yeah, it's just a classic movie. This is like Chevy Chase is pretty new to doing. I think it might be his first movie, possibly. It was at 78. He left SNL in like 76. He moved to like California with his girlfriend at the time, and he was trying to get into movies. But it's a movie. It's a nostalgic kind of movie that love the action, just a cliffhanger kind of stuff like that, and yeah, yeah. There's I love the in the second one the whole scene on the highway with the the trucks and everything, and how they're fighting and all that stuff. I thought that was great action. That's really quite memorable. Yeah, it's just for me as far as story wise and action wise, I just like the original the most out of that whole franchise. Yeah, I've seen that movie like at least once a while back. It's been a year since I've seen it. I know that my mom loves that movie for sure. She's a huge fan of that whole cast. Yeah, I'm glad I'm feeling a little better too. I thought I need to talk to people tonight. It's like people might be wondering, why I'm not releasing videos and stuff like that. I did like I did a short video when I saw the Smashing Machine, the Dwayne Johnson movie. I saw it on Friday. Thought I can do like a 1 minute out of theater reaction to that, but like I probably couldn't have done like a full length video. Um, yeah, so I know a lot of Godzilla fans love that movie. I was just saying how odd the young Godzilla looked, and I can kind of understand why people in Japan would love that. It's just the way he looks in the movie. But yeah, I didn't like the story. There's like they're doing you had reading subtitles, and it's telling you at the bottom all these government employees what their positions are with the government, and you're kind of reading this top and bottom in the earlier part of the movie. And Godzilla looks more like I'm sure he was like a puppet, but in most Godzilla movies I've seen, especially like some of the newer ones, he's more, it's more, I think, mostly CGI. I like the way he looked in -1 though. I think they're going to make a sequel to this movie as well. I actually saw this movie twice in a theater, like for opening weekend, and then again like earlier this year they re-released it in a theater. So I think a lot of people love the story to this movie. I think it's kind of a heartwarming kind of story that you don't get as much with Godzilla. Bond song. I like the Paul McCartney "Live and Let Die." But I'm not as big of a fan of that movie necessarily. But I think Paul McCartney. I'm a huge Beatles fan, so I love that. Hey Holland, how you doing? Good to see you tonight. Yeah, fantastic. I'm glad getting so many people here. I guess it's worth really posting and letting people know I'm going to be on, like maybe an hour before. So I do this on Saturday night sometimes, and I get some people will tune in, but probably is a good idea to give people a little bit of a heads up that you're going live. And everybody, if you can put it like a like on this video, I really appreciate that. Help me out a lot. I was talking about earlier how they're promoting my YouTube Shorts. Some of those videos get like 1,000 views, and then the other videos get maybe I'm lucky to get like a little bit over 100 views after a week. But the YouTube Shorts get like automatic. A lot of them get like 1,000. I think of the newest one, I think has like 415 or so. Kind of depends on the movie too. If like I did one for The Long Walk, and not a lot of people watch that video. I think a lot of people probably skip that movie, even though it's a Stephen King title. Yeah, and then I like I love that song from Duran Duran. It's Christopher Walken's in it. He's the main villain in the movie. I'm getting falling behind now. Sorry, I'm falling behind. I think can I go up now? See, yeah, yeah. That'd be terrifying. During the earlier part of the pandemic in 2021, I like Godzilla versus Kong. I thought that was so much fun, especially at the time. There weren't a lot of movies in the theater, so it's like I saw that movie in the theater because I have AMC A List. And I have also have Regal Unlimited, so I ended up seeing that movie probably 7 times in the theater, and I have it on 4K as well. But I thought that movie was so much fun, a little bit more fun than the next movie in the American release of Godzilla. I like everything. I can watch like the Japanese movies. I have the original Godzilla as well. Criterion has that huge the box set that you can get the box set that, or whatever that it's like a book, whatever that nobody can ever fit that movie anywhere on a shelf anywhere. It has to go somewhere on the top of their shelf or somewhere in the corner where they can because it's so oversized. I have never seen that one. I need to see Godzilla 84. Yeah, it's a was it 98 the American one where they made Godzilla look like a dinosaur. I remember seeing that in the theater. How my friend Kenny is a huge Godzilla fan. He at that time I really wasn't a fan of Godzilla. I'd never seen it in the movies or anything, but he thought that Godzilla looks like a dinosaur, and it's just so strange. But you can see New York, how everything's on fire. Everything, it's just kind of eerie. Was at 98, and then what happened in 2001 was kind of strange to see how it looks now, just like in Armageddon, kind of similar. How you see buildings on fire, that kind of thing. It's kind of eerie to as it got. I think Armageddon was at 98 as well. Just 3 years later to see what happened in New York, it's eerie to watch those movies now. But I like watching movies that have the Twin Towers in them, just being an American. Just like in the new Caught Stealing movie, I thought it's fantastic. They digitally put those. Is it Darren Aronofsky put the towers back in digitally? And I think it's to me. Whenever I watch New York movies, I always look for the towers. Like it's like even like really early movies to see that. Got orange juice in this. I had Arby's earlier, so I put. I took some vitamin C as well before I doing this, just to try to keep myself feeling good. Yeah, it wasn't out very long. Uh, some people, one of my friends said he didn't like Mark Hamill's character in that the way he talks in the movie. To me, I think he did play that character the way the director wanted him to play it. So it's kind of strange how he talks. He's had a kind of a deeper voice. He has a higher voice, but to hear him speak kind of with a deeper voice is kind of strange. And he's kind of a military general kind of character. But I enjoyed that movie. I don't know how much I'd want to rewatch that movie necessarily because it's so slow paced. But I thought I like the ending to it. To me, it just made sense. One character is trying to get revenge, and the other character actually has plans to help people. Which at that time, if you know the storyline, it kind of more memorable, and I kind of saw that coming in some ways. I thought, I don't want to give it away, but overall, I like the movie. Godzilla, yeah, Godzilla's. There's more. I think there are more Godzilla films than there are James Bond films. I think technically 27 James Bond titles if you include the original Casino Royale, and if you consider Never Say Never Again, the Sean Connery remake of Thunderball. There's technically 27 titles in the Bond franchise, and I think there are more Godzilla films than there are Bond films. So, because that character's been around since the first one was in 1954, and the first Bond was in '62. So, I think they've done more comedy horror. Yeah, yeah, I think with that would be. Yeah, if you want to look that up, let me know what that would be. I think that '98 is kind of comical in some ways with Matthew Broderick and all that stuff. There's some humor in that. Kind of strange. I think I'm definitely going to upgrade. I have French Dispatch and I have Isle of Dogs on just standard Blu-ray. I'm going to just buy those. I'm not going to buy the box set, and I'm not going to upgrade all those again because I used to have a lot of the Wes Anderson movies on DVD. A lot of them were on Criterion DVD. Some of them were on standard Blu-ray, and I upgraded all those to Criterion Blu-ray. So, am I going to go out and upgrade all those? Probably not. I'm going to upgrade those two movies because I want to get those on Criterion because those are not really my favorite Wes Anderson movies, the French Dispatch and Isle of Dogs. But I'm definitely going to get those on Criterion. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it on the flash sale because the Barnes and Noble sale is going to be in November. So I may, we'll see. I mean, because I think you have to get like basically like 4 titles to be able to get all the to be able to get free shipping through a Criterion at the flash sale. So we'll see. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do with that, but I'm definitely going to get those 2 titles by themselves individually. There's my friend Wade Markey. How you doing, Wade? Yeah, yeah. I've known Wade since high school. Like we've done some live streams on my like a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm glad that if I do this early, I guess I can get more people to watch. Probably makes sense to do live streams there a little bit earlier than that, so I can talk to everybody. Yeah, Wade, definitely. We were just talking today how bad my fantasy football team is doing right now. I have Joe Burrow on my team. Like it's a train wreck now. So we'll see what happens. If I don't, I think I've already basically eliminated from the playoffs almost technically. Godzilla versus Bond. I like James Bond more. I've seen probably I've seen probably 7 or 8 Godzilla films, and I've seen all the James Bond films. I have the box set up above this the shelf here. So for me, it's definitely James Bond, but Godzilla has definitely grown on me. Like I said, I've got Godzilla minus one, the 4K here, so I had to buy this for sure because I enjoyed it so much. I know a lot of people that love that movie too, and I like the American movies too. Like I said, talking about Godzilla versus Kong, how much fun that was right after the pandemic in 2021, or we're still in the pandemic, but people were starting to go. Movie theaters are opening up again, so it's great. And there weren't really a lot of movies in the theaters, so that's why I saw Godzilla versus Kong probably at least 7 times in the theater. I just kept seeing it over and over. Just I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, fantastic. I love that movie. That's my fourth favorite Wes Anderson title. Um, I like the Royal Tenenbaums the most. I like Grand Budapest Hotel is my second favorite, and I like Rushmore third, and then Fantastic Mr. Fox is great. That's why I was kind of disappointed with Isle of Dogs. It's kind of the same using stop motion animation. Try to go back up to Wade. Yeah, next Wade. Yeah. I don't have my mouse set up here because I've got my camera set up on the side and also have my microphone, so I can't use my mouse to scroll up again. Oh, yeah. Wait till November. I have a $20 Barnes and Noble gift card. I had an issue with the gift card. Yeah, Wade's pointing out my record right now in fantasy football, and it's not. I'm not doing well. I lost one last night by like 4 points. Well, I needed 4 points to win. I couldn't get that out of my. I have a Travis Etienne. That's somebody. If I would have played Daniel Jones, I could have won. Favorite Steven Seagal film. Oof. I have to look up this. Is Above the Law? Is that one? I haven't seen his movies in a long time. I like the Will Sasso and the Matt TV. I love his impression of Steven Seagal where he just walks in the room and starts knocking people out and stuff. I'll try to go back up. Wait, SD like 1983 horror anthology. Oh, you're talking about the Netflix? I'm losing place here. Like I said, I can't go up again. Just using the up arrow. Um, yeah, I like the musical score to it. Just the story was kind of strange, kind of chaotic to Isle of Dogs, but Check it out. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Wade. Yeah, character deal. I like the well, movie character. I don't know. um, I'd hang out with Snake Plissken again, like Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell, like 40 years ago. When he was a younger guy. I don't know how much hiking he does now, in his 70s now. But I was thinking like Kevin Nealon, the SNL actor that used to be on SNL. He does this. He has a YouTube channel where he hikes with these celebrities. He'll just have celebrities go on a hike with them. And he'll just walk these, usually in like California, sometimes in New York and different parts of the country. He'll just do a hike. He'll talk to, like, Conan O'Brien was on one episode. He uses like like a drone as far as getting the the shots from above. Yeah, it's like, you would think. I thought, is Barbarian, is it getting? I thought it was getting a 4K release. I know I've got the pirated one from. there's a place called Sloppy Second Sales. I got the pirated one from Barbarian, but yeah, yeah, weapons. Weapons is probably something you can probably get on Blu-ray. I don't know if it's really that amazing looking to get it on 4K, but no, Johnny, I had like I got like a Pizza Hut gift card for my birthday. And the thing, like, it was on like a cheap paper. You kind of peeled off there's like a code underneath this peel off thing, and the barcode kind of got sticky on it. So I had to call the phone number on the back, and they gave me like it was like a $30 gift card, and they gave me like a $30 option where I think I picked like Domino's Pizza and like a Barnes and Noble. There's like $20 Barnes and Noble, so that's what I did instead of getting. They didn't have an option to get Pizza Hut, so I just had to take just a couple options that were on there. You could split it up, like I think you can do like $5 on each one minimum. So I got like $10 on for pizza and $20 on the Barnes and Noble. So at least I got something. At least I was like, what am I going to do with this gift card if I can't use that? So I had to find an option. Mothra, yeah. Me and Wade, our friend Kenny, he knows so much about the ones that came after the 1954 original. All those the Mothra and all those comedy horror. Yeah. Well, like Evil Dead 2 is one of the better comedy horror films out there. And Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is more comedy than it is horror, but that's a great one though, with Bruce Campbell. Yeah, I thought I saw something that from mid level media Ken on there. I thought he showed something there that showed Barbarian getting either a Blu-ray or 4K release. But like I said, I've got the pirated one right now. Yeah, because I took this shot. This is from Instagram. This may be like just a fake mock-up kind of cover, but it shows on 4K. So I don't know. I know the one that I got from the one that I bought, the pirated one, is just taken off of Netflix. And it's just it's really kind of blurry. But what was that like? What was that like 4 years ago? I bought that. Like so, I love that movie so much, even though the ending's kind of chaotic, kind of weird. But I thought I just had to have it on physical, so I'll buy it again if it actually gets like a official release, hopefully with special features. I'll buy it again if it's only on 4K like it shows in that. Well, it does say 4K and Blu-ray. It shows 4K Blu-ray and digital code, so I don't know if that's an official release or not. But if it gets released, I'll buy it for sure. Michael J. Fox is I don't know. Matthew Broderick's great and Ferris Bueller. One of my favorite movies from John Hughes. Actually, John Hughes in the '80s, The Breakfast Club and Weird Science and 16 Candles. I think I don't know if he did. I know he wrote that one. Um, Such an icon from the '80s. John Hughes, especially like the first Vacation. They do it. I think he co-wrote European Vacation, and he did Christmas Vacation. It's just like I watch Christmas Vacation every year. James Franco, yeah, that's right. Well, he's willing to do anything, I guess, to get out of a jam where he, the whole thing. See Ferris, yeah, love Ferris Bueller's Day Off though. Okay, yeah, the trilogy, yeah, yeah, that's well worth it. Yeah, that's just to have it on there because who knows if you ever see that from Disney. I don't know if they have the original film to do that with because George Lucas supposedly says it doesn't exist anymore. So probably, I'm sure it does, but I don't know if he has any really say if Disney got the original. He owns the original film, original negative, so or the negative to the one that was in theaters in '77. So unless Disney get their hands on that, because he owns that, I don't think Fox. I think Fox was just the distributor for the original Star Wars. Somehow they can release all the other special editions and everything, and they do that with Star Wars. Yeah, she directed that, and obviously Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and she did Clueless. Clueless, so that's probably. But you can imagine that in 1982 to have a female director. Um, Very strange to have that, and at that time, even though there were some female directors before her, the Chili Scenes of Winter, I think, is one another one with the female director before that. So it was not as common to have a female direct movies back then. So to have a great movie with Cameron Crowe writing it, Sean Penn's fantastic as Spicoli in that movie. Yeah, I just said I have the box set too, Star Wars box set over here, but it's cool to have just cool to have different options. We have the if I can get them out here. These are what they look like. The despecialized edition. It looks kind of strange because they use like VHS to fill in the gaps to put in the original. And they talk about how they all the different editions. A lot of these movies have had tons of changes. I think Empire Strikes Back is probably the one that's been changed the least because on one of the special editions, Palpatine that the original they had a different guy with the really weird eyes, and then the special edition they actually used Ian McDermott, and they changed the dialogue too. I don't know why he was talking. Okay, I haven't seen that one in a long time, but yeah, she was great in Pastimes and Clueless. I like European Vacation quite a bit, even though I still think it's my fourth favorite in the Europe Vacation, the original four films. I still like Vegas Vacation a little bit more, but yeah, I don't know if he really filmed the whole. I think they filmed maybe a couple weeks and then they replaced him, or yeah. No, the one from '77 is, according to this, it says it was original footage before George Lucas started changing everything. Before the '79 re-release, but because they talk about all the different the changes that have been made over the years, and like he can't watch his own movies without changing everything. Yeah, yeah, they use like Laserdisc and VHS, and some scenes look kind of strange, like the Han Solo and Greedo scene, stuff like that. Just nice to have, just to see it. It doesn't look that bad necessarily. It doesn't look great, but oh yeah, I saw Alicia Silverstone. She did a Criterion Closet just like a few weeks ago. Looks kind of different now, but it's kind of iconic movie though. Near Dark. Oh yeah, Near Dark is great. That's a Catherine Bigelow. That's a great vampire film. Bill Paxton falling behind her to see the yeah. Okay, I think he did. No one's ever gonna see it again. Like the fans, like people that kind of saw the earlier editions. I think I have like the VHS editions. I think that are the unaltered versions too. That's why I'll never get rid of those VHS. I have that and the special edition ones from the original trilogy. You're like, yeah, I love American Werewolf in London for sure. I would like to see it on the big screen. Yeah, was it? I saw that movie way too young back then. It's a comedy horror film for sure. Very dark humor. Love that movie. I did a my first live stream. Well, I guess it was a recorded live stream with Ken Sledge from Sledgehammer Horror. We talked about we got together just to talk about that because I saw him in a video wearing a American Werewolf in London T-shirt, and I thought we should. I was like his like 2,000th subscriber. I thought we should do a live stream about American Werewolf in London. I said okay. I think at that time I may have had like 40 subscribers, so it was a big deal to have Ken on my channel at the time. A great one, yeah. I have actually have the Arrow Blu-ray for American Werewolf in London, but I'm not sure if I would upgrade it necessarily. But I mean, you never know. It's like I think it looks pretty good on the Blu-ray. But yeah, if you don't own it already on, if you had it on like DVD or something like that, or you didn't own it already, definitely go with the 4K for it. Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, just some of the scenes when it skips over, um, it looks you can kind of tell where the film grain is really more grainy at the time, but it doesn't bother me though. I think I've actually kind of gotten used to it watching the Star Wars trilogy and with those cut-in scenes from different formats. Guy, how you doing? Yeah, definitely put a thumbs up on the video if you can. I really appreciate that. I've been telling everybody I've been sick. That's why I did a YouTube Shorts video on Friday, and I just couldn't couldn't do a video. I thought if I did this video talking about how to really kind of fix like the freezing a lot of people complain about with their 4K players, definitely get an up 8K cable that could fix a lot of the problems because there's so much data running through a 4K film with the audio, like HDR and Dolby Atmos and everything. There's so much data going through there that if you're using a 4K cable instead of 8K, you can start seeing freezing happen. And I just bought this for $14.99 at Best Buy. I did like an online, I bought it online and just went like the next day and picked it up at the store. And it's helped. It's helped quite a bit. I'm not seeing the freezing. I've noticed some picture quality looks better too. Not just with not just with 4K, also with Blu-rays look better. Even DVDs look better. So I would highly recommend getting a 8K cable if you don't have one already. I think everybody already knew that. I'm just slow to the game, just finding out. Oh yeah, you should probably if you have a 4K player, you should probably get an 8K cable, HDMI cable, because so much like I said, so much data is running through there that you have to. It can't keep up if you have like the slower cables. Yeah, they claim all the different changes that have been made over the years, and they claim that these are the original unaltered versions. But I don't know. I definitely didn't see them in the theater in 1977. I was way too young. Um, I probably saw Star Wars. I think Special Edition is when I saw the original Star Wars. What was that in '97, something like that? '96. That's the first time I'd ever seen Star Wars in a theater. I just had seen it on VHS before that. Yeah, that's it's my top 10 favorite horror films for sure. So yeah, I enjoy that movie so much. Just actually, I talk about a lot of people notice that They have a Drop Dead Fred is actually in the when they first go to the bar and wherever that London town is. Um, when they go to the bar, there's the youngest person in there that's British, other than the two main stars, the American stars. There's a guy playing chess. I think he's playing chess at the table, um, and that's Drop Dead Fred. If you ever saw the Young Ones, the British TV show, he was on that caveman guy. Yep, I really appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Just I'm glad I put that on Instagram and put that on my on the YouTube and stuff. Just letting people know. I think letting people know an hour ahead of time kind of helps, especially if you're doing this earlier. If you do this like a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on a Saturday when people are out doing stuff, it's harder to get people to get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely gonna get the Eyes Wide Shut. I'm glad that's coming to the Criterion. Definitely get that on 4K. I'm really excited about that one. That movie originally, I didn't like it in the theater. That was Stanley Kubrick's last movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, and I didn't like it. But that movie's grown on me over the years. It's kind of a long movie, really odd. It's supposed to be New York, where Stanley Kubrick was from, but it's actually like England. Like yeah, Ricka Mayhaw. Yep, Drop Dead Fred. Yep. So yeah, it's. I always point that out to people. Did you know that Drop Dead Fred's and he's in like two scenes when they go to that bar. The wolf. It's got the title where it's called the wolf. Um, in England, where they go they're freezing to death and they try to go into a bar, and then these British local people are just giving them a hard time. They tell you, beware the moon, beware the moon. Stick to the moors? With the slaughtered lamb. Yep, thank you. See, I can't remember all this stuff. Like that's why when I do my videos, you'll see all these cuts, because I got to put everything in a notebook, and because I'll never remember this stuff on the spot anyway. But yeah, the slaughtered lamb is the name of the bar that they go to in England. And then the doctor goes there to investigate, because he doesn't believe it necessarily, but he definitely knows these people are holding. They're hiding something. There's something very strange about these people there. Yeah. So like yeah, it has a very Christmas kind of look to it too. It has. It's not really. It's supposed to take place during Christmas. It doesn't. I don't know if they show snow on the ground, but it takes place during Christmas. It has like the Christmas lights and everything. It's supposed to be during that season. Hello, how you doing? Miss Caveman's here. Hi, how you doing tonight? Yeah, the comments are coming fast and furious in here. Like gotta keep up here. Slaughtered lambs, Yorkshire. Oh, you live there? Really? Okay, interesting. Does it look different now? I'm sure that there's like a country land, farmland, stuff like that during that time. I imagine it's probably looks a little different now. American Werewolf Alone. Yeah, it's a classic. Was it 1981? I think. Like I said, I was way too young to see that. My aunts and uncle were they in Indianapolis. We didn't get cable to like 1984 or so, but a lot of people that lived in apartment complexes had cable, because that was kind of the way to sell people to do that. So that's it. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I haven't even watched my subscribers recently, because I was afraid if I don't release a video, people are gonna just drop my channel. That usually happens when I release a new video. Like people say, "Oh yeah, I forgot to unsubscribe to that channel. I don't remember who this person is." If they see me in my YouTube Shorts videos, you'll notice I'm not wearing glasses and I don't have a hat on. So people were like, probably like, "Who's this guy?" It's like, and I can't see without glasses with the lights on. But it's like yeah, and when I'm out in public, I don't wear a hat, or I don't wear glasses for distance. I wear glasses just so I can block out the lights, and so I can read and stuff like that. It's the reading glasses, a prescription. So I'm sure people will see the YouTube Shorts and they're like, "Who's this guy?" They probably subscribed when I did a YouTube Shorts video, and they didn't recognize me. And then when I do like real content where I spend a lot of time, spend an hour or two, you know, doing all the editing too and all that stuff, and putting the movie posters up and all that stuff. I do like to put like visuals on my channel and do all that, and then you release a new video and somebody just drops your channel all of a sudden. So demoralizing, and then YouTube doesn't they don't support it. They'll support my shorts, but the YouTube shorts, but not the longer videos, which like the most recent one was like 10 minutes long, which is kind of unusual to do that. That's a one where I kind of riffed a lot more with the Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap release, which I think I have here. Highly recommend this. I bought this on 4K. I told people in my video that I just had to get this on 4K. I had the standard Blu-ray, not the Criterion, but standard Blu-ray. So I had to get it on 4K when I saw that, and I had like a Walmart gift card and paid for this. I bought this early, paid more than normal, but I thought it was worth it. I can't really wait on that. I didn't want to wait to the Barnes and Noble, or wait to the flash sale from Criterion, and I couldn't wait for the Barnes and Noble sale. Yeah, that's a freaky scene. Yeah, that's like really. They open the door and they've got these Nazis, and that's crazy. Yeah, it's a scary kind of scene, and it's like that movie's just surreal, dark comedy. Love the subway scene in American Werewolf in London too, where the guy he's seeing a werewolf chasing after him. He's running. That's a frightening scene, like in that. It's so many great classic scenes in that. I like the shower scene with the Van Morrison song "Moon Dance." They're playing that. I think great song. Place. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just they added on. I mean, that's how it is in most American cities where they have like the farmland and stuff like that. Now they built all kinds of buildings, stuff like that, and houses, and move people in. Stay in the moors, lad. Yeah. Yeah. Beware the moon. It's like, oh my god, they didn't take it too seriously until it was until they got out there. I think we better run, Jack. You better run. Yeah. Stick to the rope. Beware the moon. Yeah. Beware the moon. Classic line. That's like, and I guess people should probably listen to them when they give you some warning. They're trying to help them out, but they could have kept them there in the bar and not let them go out. But they were worried about them, but about the two guys. But they're like, well, we can't really force them to stay here. Great, yeah. It looks better. It has less film grain on it than the Blu-ray does, but I thought it was worth it though. This is a classic movie. 1984, 41 years old now. I loved it. It has like most of those same special features I think that were on the other Blu-ray that I had. I've never owned the Spinal Tap Criterion DVD. I've seen that like at Half Price Books. I've seen it a lot more now, but I passed up on buying that for so long. I'm really glad I did. Just waiting because I had it on Blu-ray already. I'll just wait. If Criterion ever brings that back to the collection, I'll just buy it again. Buy it on 4K. So I'm glad it finally got out there. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate that. No, really appreciate it. Everybody coming in and talking to me tonight. This really helped me a lot as far as getting my health back into getting me back in shape here, because I was really kind of depressed a lot too, just sick, and just all that stuff, just really kind of down recently, just being sick from the flu and all that stuff, and just various things happening in life with my government job and everything. It's like a kind of a lot to deal with. Yeah, I'm going to get the 4K for it as well. That was a great announcement for Criterion. I love all kinds of stuff about Criterion. Like you can buy, if you like foreign films, buy foreign films. You can find all kinds of stuff there. I'm really investigating a lot more of the like classic Hollywood films now. A lot of Cary Grant films in the Criterion collection. Just quoting, yeah. You probably should watch out. Yeah, it could be werewolves hanging around. Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long. But John Candy, I think there's a documentary about him on. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I haven't seen yet, but I definitely want to check that out. He was so great in the '80s, especially Spaceballs and all that kind of stuff. He was in the Blues Brothers. Was that 1980? Some people forget that he was in that movie. Obviously, he's on vacation with the guy. Sorry, folks, the park's closed, and then they, what happens in there. Oh, okay, yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, definitely during the pandemic too. I'm sure you had a lot to deal with, and like hopefully that doesn't happen again to anybody. A scary time in 2020. Thank you. Movie scientist. Well, I like a reanimator. I do like that. It took me a long time to finally see that movie. I have the was it Scream Factory or Arrow, whatever that title. Yeah, Reanimator is great. I think it's Arrow. Movie scientist though. Um, that one jumps out at me right now. Thinking of Merit Reanimator. That guy's a kind of twisted kind of doctor. Seems to kind of justify everything he does. It's kind of a joke. Yeah, yeah. 3 years ago. Oh wow. I still have that on my Facebook where they have the that image of the DC and Marvel characters, and they're kind of bowing to the nurses and doctors that are walking down the hallway. I've always loved that image because that was such a big time, scary time at the time in 2020. Just uncertainty happening there. And yeah, thank you for your hard work. Definitely saved a lot of lives there, and a lot of people. It's a lot of people. I mean, people did die from that for sure, and so it's like a scary time. I'm glad a lot of people made it through that period. It was a frightening time. Wolf, yeah, I haven't seen that one in a long time either. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman's so great. I like some of that. Straw Dogs is one movie that's really it's a dark. It's like more like a thriller, almost like horror in some ways. But obviously they have so many films that are on the Criterion Collection, like Tootsie and The Graduate, and he did some really great work of that, especially in the '70s, late '60s, '70s, early '80s. That was his prime time. Kramer versus Kramer. Such a great actor at that time. Such a great actor. Oh yeah, I like that too. I have Invisible Man as well, somewhere up here. I don't know if I can get to it. It might be down there. Can't get to. I can't reach it. But yeah, I watched that again not too long ago. I think the movie still holds up. There's so long that you kind of wonder who the killer really was. Was it which brother was it? You didn't know, and then you kind of find out. Later on. Yeah. Okay, Jack. Yeah, I was gonna say. It's like I don't remember. I don't remember Dustin Hoffman, but I don't remember that movie. It's been so long since I've seen Wolf. But three sci-fi. Wow. Okay. Sci-fi characters. Let's see. Well, you have to have Han Solo be in it. If you consider Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element, so Harrison Ford, Bruce Willis, and you can have let's throw in Sigourney Weaver, sci-fi characters. If you want to consider aliens to be sci-fi, it could be. You could have those three. Those are definitely three really great actors, primarily from the '80s. Well, Bruce Willis was like his career really was like late '80s with Die Hard, and then Fifth Element, and so you could say those three. Yeah, it's been years since I've seen Wolf, though. I know it's Jack Nicholson, but far as I know, I couldn't tell you who else is in that movie, really. Marking my territory. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that, Mister. Oh, Mister. Oh, I was thinking about the character in the Superman, Mister Terrific. I remember that character though. Jesttique. Uh, that sounds familiar. Help me out with where that. This. Wow. Obviously, Arnold is like the main guy that does cigar. He's the guy that promotes cigar smoking in Los Angeles. So he always comes to mind as far as people that smoke, cigars, cigar clubs and stuff like that. He has in Los Angeles. So, okay, yeah, it's been so long since I've seen it. Hot Wolf, yeah, so I like her as a Catwoman and Batman Returns as well. Too. Joey Lauren Adams is in it. Yeah, yeah, she's in a few Kevin Smith movies. When it was not, yeah, she's also in Jonathan Demme movie that from the before the Silence of the Lambs. Also in a movie there. To look at the title, but yeah, she's in that as well. Yeah, yeah, she's hot in that movie. I was surprised she's in. I didn't know she was going to be in Nobody Two. I was. I didn't really look up the cast because they returned most of the cast from the first Nobody. But I thought that movie's okay. I don't know if I. I'm not sure if I would buy it, but I saw it in the theater. I thought it was kind of fun. But I was surprised that she's in that movie. Like I had not seen her in a movie in quite a while. Married to the Mob. Yeah, yeah. Been a long time since I've seen that one as well. Waterbed. Yeah. Wow. Well, I really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I think I'm gonna go work out here. I did a little bit of working out before this to just try to keep my health going. I took some vitamin C, drank some orange juice as well. Took some aspirin, try to keep my energy up. Pretty cool. Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. Maybe need somebody younger, I guess. I don't think it'd be Glenn Powell. He's kind of the big name right now. Can't wait to see Running Man. Glenn Powell. He's great in Top Gun Maverick. Scream. Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay. First Scream. Well, the same was the same weekend. Wow. First Scream is a fantastic horror film. 1996. Time for zinc. I have a lot of like allergies and stuff like that. It bothers me this time of year, but it's gotten worse in the last 4 or 5 years. My allergies have gotten even worse, and headaches are just knock me out and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. When I was just working from home all the time, I was never sick. Now that I have to go into the office like 3 days a week, I get sick all the time. Like, and so does that have anything to do with dealing with all these people? Oh, thank you. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. Definitely. Thank you. I'll do this again sometime in the near future. It's been so much fun, especially doing it at 7 o'clock in the evening. I don't know if RSV. I've looked up some of the symptoms to RSV because I think that's really common. People that are a little bit older than I am, like in their 60s or older, but it's always possible it could be RSV. Now the question: I've had sinus issues for the last 2 3 years, like just constantly issues with breathing out of my nose and stuff like that. Like it never quite goes away. And you never know. That'd be an issue too. I've just taken some cough medicine and it helped a lot. So I haven't coughed at all during this. I take a lot of Halls cough relief, so that helps a lot too. Some cough medicine helps kind of bring the coughing down, stuff like that. But it's horrible to cough all the time. The weather here is not bad. It's starting to get a little bit cold right now. Guy, just see what it is right now. I noticed when I got Arby's earlier that it's kind of windy, kind of rain. Finally got some rain today. We haven't had much. It's 63 right now outside, so 63 with wind, stuff like that. It's not fun. The jet engines, yeah. Allison Roy, yeah. But that paid really well, for sure. Guess I would be right in that. I'm 52, so I guess I'm right in that range. So I mean, I should probably look more into it. I looked at some of the symptoms of RSV, and it just didn't seem to be quite the same. But I wouldn't rule it out though. I need to probably go to the doctor. You know, I'm an active person. I go out, I walk a lot at work, and once a week I go to the track and field down the road here, and I'll do like 5 laps usually on like Saturdays or Sundays. And so I do that year round too, especially even when it's really cold outside. Unless there's snow on the track, I don't. That's the only time I don't do it. But otherwise, I'm out there when it's freezing cold, and I probably don't help myself out. Yeah, it's an awful feeling to. It's awful to cough all the time, and when you have headaches, I get sinus headaches. Yeah, it's like I think I breathe okay, except usually I have to breathe out of my mouth a lot my nose gets congested. I'll breathe out my nose, and sometimes it wakes me up, and I'm not sure if I'm snoring necessarily, but just can't breathe out my nose sometimes. And yeah, I've heard that too. If you're under a certain age, they won't even bother to treat it. Temperatures over 102. So I just went to the dentist office. I think it was around, it was like 98, 99. My temperature wasn't very high. And that was the night before that I started feeling a little bit ill. So that was on October 1st when I went to the dentist. And they said my temperature was fine. So I've never had like really high temperature, except sometimes I was like spikes in my temperature. No, I appreciate that. It's like anything helps. Let me know because I'm definitely not a doctor. I don't know. I try to take care of myself by being physically active, but I haven't had my blood drawn in quite a while. So who knows? I could have issues there. Porky migraine. Yeah, it's a yeah, it's a no fun though. It's like especially when I try to do my videos and I have to stop because I mispronounce something because my sinuses have impeded my speech. So I had to do another take, another take, another take, and I'm filming a video. It takes over an hour to record. That should only take 15 minutes, something like that, and then I have to do all the editing. I like to record on Wednesday nights and then get the video out by Friday. But it's last Wednesday I couldn't do it. I was just way too sick. Vitamin C, yeah, I definitely took some vitamin C. I take the multivitamin, Centrum 50 plus, for men. I take that. It seems to help, but yeah, Mucinex that's expensive stuff. But I take all kinds of medicine, stuff like that. I noticed when I try to take allergy medicines that shortly after that I start feeling like spikes in my chest, sort of. I don't feel that when I don't take allergy medicine. I don't feel that, but I notice when I do that, I just feel these. I don't know if it's like heartburn, but something's like shooting up in my chest area that just feels feels odd. Like it causes me not to want to take allergy medicines. It's like maybe I should stay away from this. If I don't take allergy medicines, I feel fine. But when I do that, people say, "Oh, you should take allergy medicines and to fix your sinus issues and all the allergy stuff." Yeah, it definitely accelerates my heart rate. My blood pressure is always good. It's just when I take allergy medicines, it does something to me that it doesn't seem like a good idea to to have your heart rate race like that. So, but yeah, everybody, I appreciate this. Been on for like hour and 20 minutes, but I want to do this again. Like it's been so much fun to do this at 7 o'clock. It's been so much fun to nasal spray. I take those too, and they help for a little while, and then it comes back. The nose sinuses start to clog up again, and it doesn't last forever. I take a lot of Vicks Vapor Rub. This is a generic Walmart Equate. This stuff's a lot cheaper than the stuff that you get from Vicks. It's the same thing, but there's a lot more to it. The Equate Walmart brand that helps a lot, and I'm doing that during my videos, just constantly trying to keep the nasal. And I'm also using like the Febreze spray, trying to spray that so I can. So I think part of it also that because I record my videos, I'm sitting on the floor a lot of times, and so I'm near. Yeah, even though I sweep my carpets all the time, it's like that could be part of it too. Breathing in that all that dander and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it makes your heart rate jump. Generic, yeah, it's a generic Quate brand, but it's a lot cheaper. It's like $4 cheaper, and it's more. You get like more. If you buy Vicks, it's like Vicks is like this size now, and you're paying like $7 for it now. It's like it's more expensive, and you get less. So pay less and get more. That's seems like a better idea because it's like the same thing. It does the same thing that the regular Vicks Vapor Rub does. Thanks, guy. Really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm gonna in stream right now, but thank you everybody. I really appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, please put a thumbs up on the video. Vapor Rub, yeah. Toothaches, yeah. It helps me a lot when I feeling a little blood pressure or kind of stick it up my nose a little bit. Kind of helps me breathe a little better. So, but thanks, Jack, Guy, everybody. Really appreciate it tonight. And so I'm gonna hit in stream and thank you everybody. Please watch my